quality, safe, effective medicine. You know, just kind of a summary, but I think it's important to note that as a pharmacist, if you're trained as a pharmacist, of course, you interact with in that space. Now, let's move on to the next thing I wanted to share with you is around how do you measure strengthening? I mean, as the adage goes, if you can't measure it, you can't strengthen it. If you can't measure it, you cannot strengthen it. It is important that we have this framework. We developed this framework through a lot of consultation. What we have here today has been piloted already in 4 countries: Uganda, Tanzania, Nepal, and Bangladesh. And what we are seeing is that there is data available in different sources that can help look at the critical components, the system components. If you look at those system components, and then we have the system attributes, that is performance and resilience. These are attributes of the pharmaceutical system. Then we have the system outcome. What is it that the system should be achieving? That is access and use, appropriate use. So there are a set of 48 indicators that have been piloted and tested that if you have data on them, you can use that to measure progress in strengthening the pharmaceutical system. So this framework needs to be used by countries. If we talk, let's take Nigeria, for example. Within Nigeria, if we were to say, where is or how strong is the pharmaceutical system? What progress has been made on the various components of the pharmaceutical system? It will be hard to pull that data. Not because the data is not there. I know sometimes we talk about unavailability of data. No. The data will be there in different sources, but probably difficult to access. Now, what this framework and the tool does is that it allows to pull that data together, and then you can begin to see what level of progress is made on each of these parameters. And that will inform either more investments, it will inform priorities, it will inform resourcing and all of that. Okay, next slide, please. Another tool I want to share with you is the WHO Global Benchmarking Tool. Again, when we talk about strengthening, you do want to benchmark. Benchmark is about referencing. Where are we heading if we talk about strengthening a system? You want to go to what level? What maturity point do you want to attain? And WHO put forward this tool, this benchmarking tool. It has about 250 plus indicators that are spread across the different regulatory functions. You can see there are different 9 components. We did mention some of those for those of you who are familiar with that. But of course, we're talking about regulatory systems, which is the country like NAFDAC and all of its systems that are in place. Then the aspect of registration and marketing authorization. Vigilance is around safety surveillance, market surveillance control, licensing of establishments, regulatory inspection, laboratory testing, clinical trials oversight, and then lot release. This is around with vaccines. All of these areas have indicators within this tool. And so what we do in the program that I work on, and what countries are encouraged to do, is that countries can do their own self-assessments using this tool to determine where the country is. And there is a scale that maturity of regulatory capacity maturity is measured, beginning with maturity level 1, maturity level 2, maturity level 3, maturity level 4, and that in that order with increasing capabilities and assets and resources available to the regulatory authority to be able to regulate medicines. And Nigeria is in maturity level 3, for those who are not aware, and now aspiring to go to maturity level 4. WHO now is introducing what they're calling WHO listed authority. It means a regulatory body that is more capable to do more things and recognized. In the past, they used to talk about stringent regulatory authorities. That has been challenged because it wasn't transparent how an entity got to be a stringent regulatory authority. But today, with tools like this and clarity in terms of measurement parameters, it is possible for a regulatory body to progress and become a WHO-listed authority. This just means that they can fulfill the pillars of the mandate of a regulatory body, which is about safety, it's about efficacy, about the quality of medicines. No problem, welcome. Yes, welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's move on. This is just about the approach and a tool that we have used. Let's go to the next one. Some strategies, and I think I talked about some of these strategies for strengthening systems, and I'm sure this slide, I hope it will be shared with the audience and the students. I know the students, some of this will be